How is everybody doing today? And in this video, we are going to be talking about something that a lot of people are excited for when it comes to some of the most popular characters in Zenless Zone Zero. And I mean characters, I really just mean Miyabi. She's coming. A lot of people are excited, but the best way to get ready is, of course, to start building up the characters that you probably will be using with Miyabi. Today, we are going to be looking at some of the characters that will be pretty big bonuses to someone like Miyabi, pretty big boost. There are going to be some nuances that we will talk about because of Miyabi's special element that we have, which is Frostburn or Frost, which is going to be really exciting. But there are some concerns that I have in regards to some of the characters that might and might not work with her. We are going to be talking about some of her better teams, of course, as everyone wants to know what they should be building, what should they be excited to work on before Miyabi gets here, because of course you don't want to be stuck grinding her team out while she's out and everyone else is having fun. So let's go ahead, start talking about some of the characters and also some teams that you will be working with Miyabi. Now, one thing I do want to make note of before we start this video is that something like Lycaon's kit scares me. And the reason it scares me is because Miyabi has that new element, Frost or Frostburn, Frostbite, whatever you want to say. And we do know that the damage itself is ice. We already know that from the stream. The damage itself is still considered ice. So that means characters like Lighter, with the ice damage increase, the ice res decrease, all that stuff is really good stuff for Miyabi. So this is a potential character that can work with her. The main thing I'm scared for with someone like Miyabi is that with Lycaon, he has the bonus into his kit, which of course he gives ice damage res decrease, which is really great for Miyabi, really good things. But when it comes to his team passive, that's what scares me, because looking at his passive, it says when your squad shares same attribute or faction. Of course, Miyabi's not a maid, so we're looking at same attribute. The problem is she is considered Frost, Frostbite, Frostburn, whatever you want to say that element is not considered ice, technically, quote unquote. Now, it is a subsection of ice, I'm assuming, so I'm hoping that with Lycaon's kit, this still is considered an ice character. I don't know if this is the case though. I don't know if they cleared that up in the stream. I swear I couldn't find it. If it is, go ahead and let me know down in the comments below. Hopefully I will be able to showcase off Miyabi very soon, so I'll know myself. I'll let y'all know in that video too. So make sure to leave a sub, like, comment, all that different type of stuff. Let me know how excited you are for Miyabi. But I'm gonna hope that this works for Miyabi. But this is definitely a character that can work for her. But let's go ahead and start talking about all of the characters. Yanagi, I think, is by far going to be one of the most broken characters with Miyabi, especially with all that they're able to do together, because Miyabi is able to decrease anomaly res, which is absolutely nasty for someone that is anomaly based damage. Having Yanagi on the team who's able to increase her anomaly buildup, that's just going to make it instantly happen. Not only that, you're also going to be popping off a bunch, and I mean a bunch of disorders with this team. This is going to be absolutely nasty. So this is going to be the primary core for someone like Miyabi, because you will have that nasty amount of synergy with having the same faction bonus, of course, being able to go off of each other when it comes to disorders, reactions, all the different type of stuff. Really good things overall for the team. And of course, with having Miyabi and Yanagi, we do have that third slot, which can house a bunch of different characters. One of the other characters that we can look forward to in putting in this team is going to be someone like Haramasa. It seems like they want us to have this team in full to be able to work with. The reason why Haramasa does work, if you don't know, he does get a damage bonus whenever a disorder happens. So that means whenever Miyabi and Yanagi finish doing their jobs, then Haramasa can come in and do some damage. The only problem with that I see is that he needs a lot of field time, I'm assuming, because he is going to be a DPS, and that's going to be a little hard to work around. I'm definitely going to have to wait and see how that works with that team and how it feels, but that technically is a team that can be ran. Now, when we're talking about some of the better teams in the game, having Miyabi, having Yanagi, there are two other characters that are going to make this absolutely stupid when it comes to this team. One of those characters are going to be Seth. Seth is going to be a monster, and when I mean a monster, he's the whole boogeyman when it comes to the anomaly team and what he's going to provide for anomaly for Miyabi and also Yanagi. Seth is able to give a plethora of different bonuses. Not only is he able to give a shield, which sustain wise, that's really great for Zenless. Of course, if you're not that great at dodging, if you're not that great at parrying, he can soak up that damage for you, which is very easy to get by. Every time you do a chain attack, Seth gets his shield and he's able to go ahead and give it to somebody else, giving them anomaly proficiency. And not only that, because you will have Yanagi on the team, you're able to use his chain or his basic attack hold, if I'm not wrong, and this makes it so that the target's anomaly buildup res is decreased for all attributes. So this means someone like Yanagi and someone like Miyabi are going to get some pretty big freaking bonuses from having Seth on the team. He doesn't take any field time. He gives sustain. He gives bonuses for anomaly proficiency and also the anomaly buildup res, which is really strong for the anomaly team. Seth is definitely a character you want to start working on right now if you haven't already. He's such a great character for the anomaly team. Another character that will work with Yanagi and Miyabi, which will be the core, like I said, is Caesar. Caesar is just going to be a god tier sustain, especially with all the bonus that she's able to give. And not only that, you're also able to easily proc her team passive, which is being able to parry. That's a defensive parry, which is a really great thing overall. This allows you to get more damage out from all squad members, 25% for 30 seconds, which is a pretty big boost for someone like Miyabi and Yanagi to be having, with them melting already as is. So it's going to be a really great thing to have. These two definitely are some of the more higher tier picks for that team when it comes to Yanagi and Miyabi, because they are able to give so many bonuses, give so much sustain. It's just going to be really great for her overall. Now, we don't know, if I'm not wrong from the stream, we don't know her team passive, which sucks, because I tried scrubbing through it and I just could not find it. I swear they show us it every single time, but we didn't get it this time. Let me know if you know it in the comments below. If it was in the stream, I know what you are. But other than that, Miyabi Yanagi is the main core. Having someone like Caesar, having someone like Seth, definitely going to be a pretty big deal. Another character that could work in that team specifically, so Yanagi and Miyabi, could be someone like Lycaon, just because Lycaon does have sharing the same element or sharing the same attribute. I'm hoping this does work. If it doesn't work, this changes. Sadly, we would take Lycaon out of that list between Seth, Caesar, and Lycaon for Miyabi and Yanagi, just because he wouldn't get the stun damage multiplier, which would suck. I'm not gonna lie. I would kind of hate if they did this, where he couldn't get the stun damage multiplier off for Miyabi, which would be pretty big, because this would be a really nice bonus for both Yanagi and Miyabi, while also giving Miyabi a little bit more catered to bonuses that will help her damage out over Yanagi, because Yanagi already does massive amounts of damage. So that's another character that could work as well with that core. I'm not sure actually what Lighter's team passive is. Is an attack character or same faction? Okay, so this is going to be a little bit of a nuanced thing for the next team I'm going to talk about, which is going to be Yanagi Harumasa, which is going to be a team that you can run, or a core that you can run. And going into the next core, which is going to be Miyabi Harumasa, who is going to be free. Now we have a little bit more options that we can work around with, because now we have an attack character, which some of these newer characters are role based rather than faction based, or rather than element based, which means that more of these characters can work. The first character that we can talk about if you're going to be using Harumasa with Miyabi is going to be Chingy. Chingy is going to be absolutely beautiful with this team because she will be taking on that team passive that gives her more days with Harumasa, and she's just overall a really great stunner. Really fast stunner, gives a massive amount of stun damage multiplier, which can help out their damage, which is really great. Both lightning with Harumasa and Chingy help out Miyabi get natural disorders. Overall, really great for those that don't have Miyabi, so Chingy will work really nice. Same thing goes for Lighter. Lighter could technically work. The only problem is now you're catering towards Miyabi a little too much, and Harumasa is just there for the most part, because you will be getting the attack bonus for someone like having Miyabi on the team, because you will get that ice damage bonus for having an attack character, which will be Harumasa. So technically that could work as well. Those two characters would work in that core very well. And not only that, you are able to throw in Sokaku in any of these teams, just because having section 6, which is either Miyabi and Yanagi, or having Miyabi and Harumasa, they both fulfill having Sokaku on the team, which Sokaku is just going to get a massive boost from the future updates when it comes to having not only ice damage bonus, which is going to help out Miyabi, you're also going to get an attack bonus, also helping out Miyabi and Yanagi. You're also helping out Harumasa as well with this attack bonus. And not only that, you also are getting a crit rate bonus as well that can help out characters like Harumasa, potentially Miyabi as well, which is absolutely amazing, especially with this new update for the ultimate. It's going to be a pretty big thing to have. So those set of teams are going to work really well. You're either going to be rocking Miyabi with Yanagi, the more premium version, or you're going to be rocking Miyabi with Harumasa, which is a little bit more free because we are getting that S rank for free. It's going to be overall really nice. There's a lot of really great characters out right now that are going to help out with Miyabi. There are some teams that you could potentially run because we don't know the team passive. If I'm not wrong, I swear that stream didn't have it. I might have been blind, but there are some teams that you could potentially run with the Miyabi being anomaly. Of course, characters like Bernice technically could work as well with Yanagi, which would just mean absolutely massive disorder, so many different reactions. That would be absolutely wild to see that happen. I'm not gonna lie to you. Characters like Lucy could also work just because you do have that massive amount of attack bonus that you can get from the bonuses that Lucy gives, which can be the anomaly, proficiency, attack, and impact. That could be really great overall. I think the cheer on the fit counts that, if I'm not wrong. I can completely be wrong with that. It's been so long since I looked at Lucy's kit that, okay, it's just only the attack bonuses. So yeah, looking at Lucy, you're also able to give that attack bonus. So Kaku gives that attack bonus. I do want to see if I can work with Nicole and Miyabi. I do think Nicole is just an absolutely busted character, and you technically could make it work with having a character that works on support characters rather than anomaly. So we're gonna have to wait and see when her full kit releases with these showcases in the future. But that's pretty much it when it comes to a lot of the teams that we are going to be looking at for someone like Miyabi. The main two, which is Yanagi and also Miyabi, those are going to be the premium versions. You can have someone like Caesar, you have someone like Seth, absolutely monstrous characters to have on that team. Not only that, the more free version, which is going to be Miyabi and Harumasa, that's when you're able to throw in characters like Chingy because of the attack bonuses. You're able to throw in characters like Lycaon or also Sokaku. The same thing goes for Lighter as well. So there's a lot of different characters that you can use with Miyabi, which is really great. It seems like they really built this meta around Miyabi to have as many teammates as possible with the different amount of partners that we can look at, which I cannot wait. So whether you are using Yanagi, which is the more premium version, or you're using someone like Harumasa, which enables you to have a little bit more variety in your team planning, this is going to be overall really exciting. I do recommend, if you haven't already, go ahead and build Seth. Really overlooked, really underrated, an absolutely monstrous character in the game. So Kaku's also going to get a crazy rise as well. If you haven't built into her well, you should probably go do that right now. Other than that, everybody else is a 5-star or an S rank, so it is going to be really hard to come by people who haven't already pulled Chingy, people who have already pulled for Lighter. Same thing goes for those that haven't pulled Yanagi. You have Harumasa there, so you do have some options after that. So other than that, that's pretty much going to be it when it comes to this video. I gave you basically the premium core, the more free-to-play core, and all the three slot characters that you can run inside of those teams, which I cannot wait for it to happen. Let me know if you are excited for Miyabi, you're excited for Harumasa. I will be making a team video for this once I understand Harumasa's kit. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching the video. See y'all in the next one, and peace.